Morning. Hi guys, Ken Harris, Pine Belt Nissan in Keyport, New Jersey. And right now I am sitting inside the cabin of a 2026 Nissan Murano Platinum Edition. But I figured I'd jump in the car today and shoot this tutorial so when you're home, you'll have this as a tool to kind of check in. So the first thing, there are a few things that are super important. Both of these 12.3-inch screens, they have different names. The one in front of you is called the digital dashboard, okay? And this is your touch screen. So you have the digital dashboard and your touch screen. On the steering wheel, you're going to have two indicators on the right-hand side, and hopefully I'll take a picture and edit that in here so you can see it. But on the right-hand side, the right-hand side of the steering wheel, there's a knob in the middle, in the very middle, and then to the left and right of that knob are two signs that look like minus signs, but they're colored one half and the other. When you toggle between the left or the right, that's toggling between the digital dashboard and the touchscreen. Okay, so we'll go with the digital dashboard first, all the way to the left. So once you're in the digital dashboard, then you use the arrows to navigate the bottom screen. And at the bottom of the digital dashboard, you'll see a menu. And as you toggle to the left or the right, you see the icons. So you'll see a gear wheel that says settings. You go to the left, you're going to see your vehicle with all the safety features on it. If you press OK on that menu, it's going to open up the driver assistance screen. The driver assistance screen gives you lane assist, blind spot assist, and emergency brake. If you click on emergency brake, you turn it off. If you turn it on, now it's on. As long as it's orange and lit, then you're on. You're good to go. Up at the blind spot assist, if you click into blind spot assist, you have the blind spot warning, which is going to give you the audio warning, and then you have the intervention, which is going to actually vibrate the wheel and adjust you back into the lane gently. I'm going to hit the back button, which is the top right corner, and now we go into lane assist. Lane assist, you have the warning, you have the intervention, and then you also have the lane sensitivity. When you're coming up to the line, close to the line, you can adjust how sensitive your system is. Normal is right in the middle. It comes from the factory normal. I would err on the side of mild. I'm a pretty good driver. And then newer drivers, you might want it strong so that it indicates as soon as possible. Hitting the back button, I go back to the main screen again, and then you have your steering vibration. That's that intervention. So do you want it to intervene, give you a medium vibration, a low vibration, or a high vibration? You can set that as well. It's adjustable. We'll go back all the way back to the main screen here. So now I'm going to go back to the right to settings. So here we are in settings, and I'm going to press the wheel again. Now you have the VDC, which is the vehicle dynamic control. When you go into VDC, that's your active skid control. So if you turn that off, now because what the car does is very smart. It senses slippage and will cut power to the wheel that's slipping and route power to the wheels that have more traction. That's your VDC system. I would never turn that off. Driver assistance. Here's the big one. You click into driver assistance, and I'm hoping you guys can see that on the camera. Driver assistance, you have your lane centering assist, lane assist, blind spot assist, emergency braking again, traffic sign assist, parking assist, driver monitor, timer alert, and low temp. So let's go to parking assist. So I'm going to click the wheel. Now you have your rear cross traffic alert. That's what's going to alert you when someone's crossing behind you as you're backing out and you don't see them. It will alert you. You can turn that off or on. Moving object alert. Absolutely, we want to know about that as we're parking. Front sonar and rear sonar. You want the front sonar on and the rear sonar. Sonar distance, medium. That's set from the factory. Depending on where you live and how you park and how you drive, you can set that to short, long, or medium. But medium is right in the middle. And then sonar volume. Sonar volume is important too. You have difficulty hearing, you turn it up nice and loud. If it's loud enough, you keep it at normal, or you turn it down if it's too loud. Auto show sonar, that's where it's going to indicate where the infraction is coming from. So if it's someone crossing from the left in the back, it's going to show you an indicator from the left. Okay. I think we went over all these moving objects. Yeah, we want to leave those on. Okay, I'm going to go back. Now that was parking assist. Now we got the traffic sign assist, speed limit sign, and speed limit warning. So as the car drives, the GPS that's built into the car knows these traffic signs on the road, and so it's going to alert you that you're speeding, and then it's going to give you the warning also, so you can get the warning. It'll let you know, it'll indicate to you that you're speeding, just in case you're not paying attention. Emergency auto brake, absolutely. You want your automatic braking on for the forward and rear. Blind spot assist. You have the warning and the intervention. We talked about that. The warning is going to give you the audible warning, and then the intervention is the vibration of the steering wheel and the slight tweak back into the lane. Lane assist, warning, intervention, lane sensitivity, steering vibration. All that is, you can tailor that. Lane steering assist. Now that assist is what's going to move the wheel. Okay, so if the assist is off, then you're not going to get any movement in the wheel, and it's not overbearing at all. It just basically is going to help you to it's going to remind you or bring to your awareness that you need to adjust. Okay, go back lanes. All right, so we're going to go out of there. That was driver assistance. Heads up display. A funny thing I found out about heads up display. In order for heads up display to activate, I'm going to take a picture. There's a button over here to the left on the wall where your knee would be, where the emergency brake and the auto hold buttons are. Above that, you'll see the trunk button, and then 2 spaces over is going to be an indication of your car, and then an eye. That is intelligent. So I turn that on, and as you can see, my heads up display lights up. I turn it off, it goes off. So once you have that on, then you can go into the heads up display and you can tailor it. Heads up display. So you got the brightness, the height, rotation, contents selection, very important. This is where you choose what content you want to see in that heads up display. So right now, you might not be able to see it, but I can see it. I'm looking at the 0 miles per hour in the heads up display. So when I select content selection, I see that navigation is highlighted, driving assist is highlighted. So any kind of information that the car is trying to tell you about, whether you're speeding or someone's in your the blind spot, it's going to show up there in the heads up display as well. Driving assist, speed limit sign, audio, what you're listening to on the radio, what you're listening to through the audio, and also the phone. Uh, what phone you're using and who you're talking to, or the phone number is going to display. Okay, I'm going to go back to the rotation and the height. You can actually adjust the rotation and the height, so you can have it toggle to the right, to the left, and I'm watching it toggle as we talk. I'm spinning the wheel now, and that is a really, really cool tool to get it dialed in right where you want it. Okay, I'm gonna go back, and you also can adjust the height. You roll the wheel up, it brings it up higher and lower, just like a projection, like a projection camera in school, or wherever you work. And then brightness, all those are adjustable. I'm gonna hit the back button, go into driver assistance. Oh, we did driver assistance. We get out of there. Okay. VDC driver assistance heads up display, eco mode setting. Eco mode is eco mode. Eco, you know what that means, saving gas. You can go into the eco mode setting if you like to. Eco customize, eco drive assist, view your history. TPMS setting, that's the tire pressure monitoring system. And then your clock. I'm going to turn this clock on. I don't know I was off, but I like my clock on. So vehicle settings, towing settings, maintenance. You can also customize your display. So I hit customize display, change meter view, main menu selection, route guidance, pro pilot assist display, welcome effect. Welcome effect is cool. Let's go into welcome effect. So I toggle down using the wheel, and then I press the wheel in to open it up. Animation, great. I like animations. I like things that make me feel like I'm in a very, very new, sophisticated, technologically advanced car. Operation guidance. All this is in customize your display. So we'll go back, unit and language, miles, kilometers, and then factory reset. So now we're going to get out of settings, and we're going to toggle over. So settings, we were here already, into your music, your navigation. Now your navigation is the proprietor is Google Maps. You log into your car like you log into your email with your Google email and password. Once that connects, now your Google account is attached to your car, and your maps, your any destinations you may have had in there, or you want to set, because you can set a destination in your phone and then have it feed to your car with Google Maps. That's how you would log into that. But now let's roll on. Tire pressure monitoring system. And at every screen you go into, you'll see these three dots on the side. Those three dots means that it has pages down. So I'm going to scroll down on the tire pressure monitoring. See, it says the total fuel saved. It measures that. And also your 4x4 eye. It's going to let you know how much power is being routed through those rear wheels as you drive, if you so choose to leave it on that setting. Okay. Going to page over. Now we're into the drive computer. This is where, you're taking a trip down to Florida and you want to measure the distance. So you hold the button down 2 seconds, and it's going to ask you, do you want to reset all of them, all items? Average fuel economy, average speed, driving distance, driving time. We're going to reset them all. We're going to get a clean slate. Confirm, reset, yes. You hit yes, and then you go back, and now everything is at 0. The timer starts, of course, but everything else is at 0. Your miles per gallon, miles per hour, and your distance. If you scroll down on that wheel, it's going to give you a real-time estimate of your average MPG. So as you're driving, you'll see how you're using your fuel. Okay. Now we're going to scroll over to the next one, which is home. That's going to give you your RPM. This is the actual digital dashboard. Gives the RPM, your speed, miles per hour, and also your fuel. Now, if you toggle up or down, it's going to just change the layout. It's going to put your RPM all the way over here, put your gas there, and your miles per hour here, and you get the audio, and you also get your vehicle as well. So that's the main setting for this. So that is how to navigate the digital dashboard. Now I'm going to toggle screen over to the right. Now we're going to go into this guy. This is the money shot. So everything that you can do with your fingers on the screen, you can do with this wheel as well. So I'm going to hit home. And that's going to take us back to the home screen. Now this is swipeable. Swipes to the right, swipes to the left. One of the things they did in 2026 is they moved the vibrating seats all the way to the right. Instead of having a button on the seat, they moved it into the dash. So once you touch into that, now you can turn on your massager seat. Feels great. Intensity is cranked up to the top. Speed is cranked up to the top. I have it on refreshing. I can go to lumbar support, which I need, and then relaxing. I'm going to leave it in lumbar for the rest of this video. And we're going to go out of there. And I'm going to move the screen over. Okay, so now if you want to, you can look at your camera angles. You touch in there, and then all those icons come across the bottom also. So you got the 360 view, and you also have the front camera. I go here, it's going to give me the front and sides. This is going to give me everything all in one screen. It's going to give me directly in front of me. As I'm parking, I might want to see how close I'm getting to the curb. And then you have your 360. Very easy. It looks like a big old complicated situation, but really it's not. Okay, here's where you would log in your Nissan Connect and also your Google. Connections are simple. You got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. If you tap into connections, it's also give you the option to pair a device via Bluetooth. You have your Wi-Fi. Now, with your vehicle, this is Wi-Fi outside coming into your car. Your vehicle hotspot is your actual hotspot that comes with your car. You turn your hotspot on, and now someone can look for your hotspot so that they can log in and use internet. A cool thing about the hotspot and all that fun stuff is you have a password. I hit the wheel, and now I can go in, I can change the password. I can also change the network name, because if you look at this password, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. Look at that password. That's what's preset from the factory. So I would go in here and change that password to something nice and simple, and you can change the network ID also. All of it is editable. Okay, I'm going to turn off that hotspot for now. Go back. So you have your Wi-Fi connections, your device connections. What I brought was an Apple wire and my Apple phone, because I want to show you the most important thing, in my opinion, as a parent, is Apple CarPlay. What is this? TikTok. Sorry, guys. All right. Bam. As soon as I plug that puppy in, car and phone are going to start talking. It says, hey, You want to connect this phone? Absolutely, I do. I want to connect Apple CarPlay. Then my phone's going to ask me, do I allow? Absolutely, we allow. Ooh, do we allow enable wireless CarPlay? Oh, yeah. So now, guess what? There's my Apple CarPlay. Here are all my icons across the top. And Uncle Al, I ran out of room on my camera. So I'll go over some more in the next video. Enjoy. See you Friday.